The entire Fairfax County Public School District in Virginia is now under investigation after 3 schools admit to failing to tell worthy students of their National Merit Award recognition. It was done in an effort to promote equity, not to hurt other children's feelings. Joining us now, Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Good morning. Well, thanks for coming on. We had the Lieutenant Governor on, and she said she contacted your office and the governor. Y'all were going to get involved and investigate. We thought it was only 1 school, and now we're learning it's 3 high schools. Did they all collaborate and make this decision together?
Well, this is what we know from public reports. We know that the Fairfax superintendent, Michelle Reed, hired an equity consultant, paid this consultant $455,000 for 9 months worth of work, in which one of their recommendations is that you are to demand equal outcomes, even if it means treating students unequally. And so we're trying to determine whether this meant there was a pattern and practice of possible discrimination against Asian American students. We launched our investigation not just on the National Merit Commendation, but also on the admission standards at Thomas Jefferson High School, where you had a minority-majority high school, but you had certain individuals who determined they had the wrong minorities, and so they passed a new admission standards that dropped Asian American enrollment by close to 20 points in just a year. And so that's why we have our investigation to get to the truth of what is happening. But I could tell you nationally what we have seen across the country is that Asian American students are in many ways treated the same way Jewish American students were treated in the 1920s and 1930s. We had elite institutions that determined, hey, we have too many Jewish American children in our schools. We're going to make sure we cap how many are allowed to attend. That's what you saw Ivy League schools and other schools do in the 1920s. It was wrong 100 years ago to do it to Jewish American children. It's wrong to do it to Asian American children now. And so that's why we're having this investigation under the Virginia Human Rights Act to determine whether there's a pattern and practice of going on. Because equity without excellence is emptiness.
Absolutely.
And that's what we want to make sure isn't happening.
And if they're going to go on to be doctors and surgeons and make sure that we have the highest standards for our doctors one day, we want the best, brightest students. I don't care what color their skin is. You want the best student to be operating on your loved one. So hopefully they'll fix this problem, because it's a really hard school to get into. Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology. And really the Asian students are the ones that are not benefiting from this, because they're National Merit Scholars and they're not finding out that they won these awards because the administrators are scared that the other kids are going to get their feelings hurt. That's just ridiculous.
Right.
What's going on in Fairfax? I mean, we have this problem now. We have CRT. They didn't want the parents to speak at the school board meetings. You had a student who molested a little girl in the bathroom. That student, it's hush-hush. That student's just transferred to another school and does it again. How can we fix this school district?
Well, you know, we had an investigation in Loudoun County. We had a grand jury that was impaneled, and there are indictments, and so our office is pursuing that.
Was that Loudoun County that happened in the restroom? That wasn't Fairfax?
Yeah. Yeah, right close to Fairfax is where that happened, and that's an ongoing case. But at the end of the day, what we want is we want to demand excellence, and we want our students to not have this, quote, war on merit. And what we have seen, unfortunately, in some areas of the country is what I call woke racism, which is reverse discrimination against the wrong groups in those individuals' minds. And so we want to make sure that in this country, everybody has an equal playing field and everybody can achieve their dreams. And we certainly don't want anybody to be held back because of who they are and their ethnic background.
Well, Jason, I know y'all were all elected, you, the Lieutenant Governor, and the governor, because the parents were sick of it. The mamas and papas bears stood up in Virginia. They spoke out because they were so concerned about their schools. So hopefully the 3 of you can clean them up. Thank you so much for coming on Fox and explaining this.
Thank you.